Hey guys, I decided to go live today to do a Q&A on the $10,000 grant money that everyone is looking for. Excuse my background if you hear noise. I am at my home office doing this live. So, for those of you that are wondering, we are talking about the EIDL $10,000 grant that everyone was waiting for and so excited about. First things first, if you apply for this grant before, I believe March 31st, they said, you will have to reapply for it on the shorter app. So if you applied and you have the app that was shorter, it was like 3 pages, probably 10 minutes, you should be good. And that's everybody who applied, I want to say after March 31st. But if you applied before March 31st, according to what they said when I called in to check on the status of my applications, you will have to reapply for that EIDL and make sure you check off that you want the grant. So now that we've gotten that out the way, I don't know if you guys have seen, but as of yesterday, SBA Massachusetts tweeted that the EIDL grant is no longer, it's not a $10,000 grant like we're all getting $10,000. They have specified that now it is $1,000 per employee up to $10,000. So I guess if you have 10 employees, you'll get the $10,000. If you have 1 employee, you'll get $1,000. So they have honed in, and a lot of people are upset about it because clearly that's not what it said initially when it came out. They've honed in on rules for that. If you are a sole proprietor, if you're self-employed, if you don't have any employees and you applied, then you'll be eligible for that $1,000. Not as great as 10, but I don't want to say it's not horrible because for us small businesses that were looking forward to that $10,000 grant, it is horrible. That really needed those funds. So if you're just joining, again, the EIDL grant is $1,000 per employee up to $10,000. Now, the grant is not to be mistaken as you can only get $10,000 for the loan. This grant was the money that they were giving you in advance of the loan to try to help the small businesses sustain. Again, if you're self-employed, you're a sole proprietor, you're an independent contractor, you don't have any employees, still apply. And like I said, you can still be eligible for that $1,000 advance. And if you have any questions, you guys, I'm doing a Q&A for people who have questions. That's why I went live today instead of just uploading a video. You can feel free to type the questions in the chat. Now, as far as when the funds will be delivered, where's our money? I know, I'm asking the same thing. I haven't gotten a deposit either. But what they're saying is that the money will start being handed out this week. They're supposed to be starting deposits this week on that grant. Will they start it this week? You know, every day it's something new, something different. We don't know, but it's supposed to start this week with those deposits for that grant. I know a lot of people have been asking about the PPP, the payment protection plan that I did the video on yesterday. I have seen, and if you look on the videos that I had yesterday, or the email wrap-ups, then you'll get the Facebook pages. But there's 2 Facebook pages. One is the SBA recovery page, I believe it's called. Just go to Facebook and put like SBA in there, and the Facebook pages will come up. But those pages have a lot of great information, and they're constantly updating. There are people in there who have been getting approved for this PPP, payment protection plan or program. You can do the PPP and the EIDL. You can apply for both of them. So, I've been telling everybody, apply for everything, even if you're a contractor. Now, for the PPP, they say that contractors aren't supposed to apply until April the 10th. But again, everything is constantly changing, as well as the banks that are accepting the applications. But that's for the PPP. This EIDL loan and grant, you go directly through the SBA site. And as of today, and you can call, it's a long wait, you guys. I think yesterday I was like, I don't know, I was over like number 400 on the wait. for the phone with the SBA. You can just Google you can Google the number and call the customer service. Some of them have answers for you, some of them have no answers for you. You get conflicting answers. So we're all just kind of in this together. But again, deposits should start going out this week for that grant. They say they're expecting towards the end of the week for those that are approved. From what I was told by the customer service yesterday as well, you may not hear anything. They're saying to just keep checking the account to see if you get a deposit on the grant part. You will get an email. They say email or phone call, most likely an email on the loan part of the EIDL application, where they'll request more information, but you will, they're saying that the grant, you could just see a possible deposit according to what you put on the application. Hold on, you guys. I think I see questions rolling in. No, okay. So for the EIDL loan, you guys know you do not have to be a PG on it. You don't have to have any collateral up to $200,000. Now, I believe on the EIDL loan, you can borrow up to $10 million. So if you go over $200,000, you will have to have a PG or collateral, but up to $200,000, you do not have to have that. Uber drivers, yeah, contractors, you guys, I can't stress this enough. If you drive Uber, Lyft, Instacart, like any position, contractor, self-employed, you have a small business, you have rental property, apply. At the very least, if approved, like I said, if you don't have any employees, you'll be eligible for that $1,000. Not the 10, but the 1,000 you will be, if approved. Sorry, I'm trying to read and look at the camera at the same time. This is my on YouTube, so forgive me. It stands for Economic Injury Disaster Loan. Now, if you do take that, whether it's $1,000 or $10,000, and you also apply for the PPP loan, they will deduct that portion. They'll reduce it from the amount that can be forgiven. Yes, it is eligible for forgiveness as long as you use it for the things that they are requiring. Is the PPP? Yes, the PPP loan, 75% of it has to be used on payroll. The other 25% can be used towards rent, utilities, mortgage interest, from what I'm understanding. I will put the link for the EIDL grant if you have not applied yet. All of this stuff, you guys, is first come, first serve. So you want to apply as soon as possible. The dates that to reapply, if you apply for this EIDL grant before March 31st, they say that you will not lose your spot, but you need to reapply. As far as losing your spot, everybody's wondering, like, how are they going to know what spot you had? The PPP, as long as you don't use it for the same things. So you can't double dip. In other words, you can't get the EIDL loan and then you say you're using that for payroll and then get the PPP loan. Sorry, you guys. Okay. And then get the PPP loan and saving that for payroll as well. What do I know about the $1,200 checks? Okay, so I will jump off the EIDL loan really quick. This part is in reference to the $1,200 checks. From what I'm understanding, they're supposed to start sending checks out the end of this week, beginning of next week for the $1,200. Well, they're supposed to start the direct deposits. IRS, from what I know, they've partnered with TurboTax. So if you have not filed, they have a specific page that you can go to put your information in, or they will have it. I think they said towards the end of April, beginning of May. So for those of you that don't have current bank accounts and that information on file, they're partnering with TurboTax to get that information from you. But from what I know, they're supposed to start the check deposits the end of this week, beginning of next week of the $1,200. This is not for the business. This is for individuals. This has nothing to do with the business part of it. It was just a question, you guys. So don't want to confuse the two. From what I'm understanding, $1,200 for individuals, $500 per child, and then $2,400 if you're married. But there are income requirements on that you can't make over a certain amount. As far as taxes goes, this is not supposed to be like a tax loan, or what I mean is this is not supposed to be like if you get $4,000 for taxes every year, that's what you expect to get back. This is not supposed to be subtracted from your taxes next year. So this is not like a tax advance. This is not taxable income either. From what they're saying, it's not supposed to be. So when you file next year, you're not supposed to be getting taxed on this, nor will this be deducted out of your normal amount that you get back. If you did not, one thing that I did read, if you did not file 2019 taxes and they go off of your 2018 numbers, but your 2019 numbers end up being more because they really want to go off of 2019, but they will go off of 2018 if they have to. But you want to make sure that you still qualify. So if they cut you a check this year and your 2019 income was too much and you shouldn't have gotten a check, you will have to pay it back. So say you made $50,000 in 2018 and you made $200,000 in 2019. You'll probably still get your deposit but you didn't file 2019 yet, shall I say. You'll probably still get your deposit because they're looking at your 2018s where you made the $50,000. But once it comes out that you in 2019 made $200,000 when you file, so technically you didn't qualify, then yeah, you'll have to pay it back. The EIDL, Jason, yes, the grant or the loan part. From what I know, so I called the SBA. Myself and 3 partners have been all day calling the SBA to get different answers. But so yeah, the grant part, they're supposed to start distributing that to the end of this week, is what they're saying. And they say up to 10 days to wait for a response, up to 10 days of when you applied for the loan part. But they're saying that those who are they're supposed to start approving the end of this week for that grant. But I don't know if you were here at the beginning of the video, Jason, but if you were not, it's not $10,000. It's not just $10,000. It's going to be $1,000 per employee, according to SBA Massachusetts. $1,000 per employee, up to $10,000. So you'll have to have 10 employees to get the $10,000. If you don't have any employees, then they'll pay you for one. So you'll get $1,000 if you're approved. That's contractor, small business, self-employed, that sort of deal. No, independent contractors do not count as employees, unfortunately. Did that answer your question? No problem. What other questions do you guys have? We're just calling the SBA's customer service line number. Be prepared to wait, though. Be prepared to wait. And I know yesterday it was telling us, like, your call number 437. So, oh, no problem. Thank you, Jason. Can you use the EIDL? So if you're a contractor, and you do get the $1,000, and I'm not sure at this point, you guys, but I don't know if they're gonna ask, they may ask for proof on what you spent your $1,000 on. So, make sure you are using the money that you do get for the purposes that you're saying. even though they're saying it's a grant, don't just go using it on frivolous things that you shouldn't be using it on. Stay within the boundaries because you hate to have to get caught up and pay this stuff back, even if it's just $1,000. They do have, and I'm actually going to do a video for it tomorrow. It's called, I think, the Bridge Loan. That's supposed to bridge the gap, and it's up to $25,000. It's supposed to bridge the gap in time between getting your EIDL loan and the grant money. It's supposed to like be a bridge right there, up to 25,000. I will give the information on that tomorrow. Yes, this one was a super important grant. I really hate that they like came back and was like per employee at this point, but I guess at this point there's really nothing we can do but wait and see how all of this pans out. Anyone get EIDL funds? No. Even I've seen in the Facebook groups, and like I said, go to Facebook and just type in SBA recovery, and you'll see there's two or three, the first two or three that come up are really good groups. They're saying that there's been people that's been getting approved for the EIDL loan starting this week. Those people said they applied way back when this first started, like 3-4 weeks ago, and they're finally starting to get approvals. But even them, they have not gotten the grant. I don't know anyone that's actually gotten a deposit of anything. There are a lot of people that are frustrated. Things keep changing. They keep changing the rules and what needs to be done in the websites. The checks for the personal $1,200. Well, they said that if you don't have bank account information on file, that you're going to have to wait for them to mail the check. It's going to be like between now and September, they said. But that's what I was telling you guys earlier. They're supposed to be partnering with TurboTax to get your information on file. So just look into TurboTax and see if you haven't filed 2018 or 2019. Yes, the SBA has been changing all the time. The SBA is changing. The banks are doing their own thing. The PPP program, everybody's just kind of doing their own thing. Wells Fargo's no longer taking applications, which was huge. I bank with them on one of my businesses, and I think they opened applications up on Saturday, and then they may have taken them part of Sunday, and they shut down after that. I will be putting videos up every day this week on the different funding options that you'll have as a business, and it's 5 days of funding. So we'll do the bridge loans tomorrow, and then keep going, and then I'll keep giving you guys updates as I get them. Like I said, every day we've been calling and just waiting. There's several of us that are doing it so that we can get current information. Like I said, by the end of this week, they're saying deposits are supposed to be going out for the EIDL grant, are supposed to start. Also, they're saying by the end of the week, the $1,200 on the personal side, the non-business money that we're supposed to be getting is supposed to be getting deposited. From what they said, they're supposed to be depositing. They're going by AIG, and they're going to deposit first to the lowest AIGs from the taxes, so that the people that need it most, is what they're saying, can get the funds first. So they didn't give any kind of numbers though, like 40,000 and under on Thursday. They didn't do any of that. So, but that's the way that they're stating at this point that they're doing the deposits for the personal deposits of the $1,200. You guys, on the business side, as frustrating as it is, if you don't have the applications and stuff already, print these applications out. If you sign up for my email wrap-ups, I've been sending the links to everything in those wrap-ups every day for you guys, and the updates. And I'll put in the description box below this video, I'll put the link for that too. But go ahead and print out your PPP application so you'll have it ready. You know they're going to want to see expense sheets. They're going to want to see your taxes, balance sheets, payroll. They're going to want to see your 941s. Get those forms ready so that whenever you do get the go ahead, you can instantly do it because again, all of these funds are first come, first served basis. And if you want to do some research ahead of time, there's the EIDL loans, there's the PPP program, Payment Protection Plan. And let me get the exact name for that bridge loan. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get the. Okay, it's called the SBA Express Bridge Loan. I've seen people say in some of the groups that they've gotten approved for that too. And this, they're supposed to put the funds in up to $25,000. And with this, it can be repaid in full or in part by proceeds from your EIDL loan. So this Express Bridge Loan is supposed to bridge the gap so that you can get the money sooner than later. And then what you would want to do is go back, and once you get approved for the EIDL, is go back and pay the loan with that money so that you can get the EIDL stuff forgiven and not have this loan hanging. Do self-employed have to reapply for EIDL? Devin, when did you apply for it? Was it after March 31st? If it was, then you should be good. But if you applied before, I think they said last Tuesday, might have been Wednesday. If it was before March 31st, before they changed out their form, you have to reapply. But if it wasn't, then you should not. 3 days ago? Okay, so you're talking about April 10th is for the payment protection loan. That's the PPP loan. The EIDL, that's a separate loan, and that one is open and has been open for a couple weeks. April 10th is for the payment protection plan. Paycheck protection plan program. And that one is April 10th for independent contractors, self-employed, when they start taking applications for that. I don't know if there's going to be funding left by that point. I mean, 2-3 days in, they're starting to run low with the funding. Banks are maxing out on applicants. So as far as the PPP for self-employed and contractors, it's honestly, guys, I don't know what's going to become of that for that. Also, another question I've been getting a lot is if you have multiple businesses, can you apply for each one? Yes, you can. As long as your businesses all have different EINs, you can apply for all of them, for all of the programs. So I have 4 companies with different EINs, and I've applied for all 4 of them for everything. If your company was impacted by what's going on, you can apply. If you have a company and you're a contractor and you have an EIN and your social security number as a contractor, you can apply both for that too. You can apply for you with your social security, and then you can apply as a contractor for whatever you do. And then if you have a company doing something else with an EIN, you can apply with that as well. Yes. April 10th though, you guys, for the and that may change. Like I said, we're looking this stuff up daily to let you guys know if that changes. But whenever you hear that those applications open up for contractors and self-employed for the PPP program, hop in and apply instantly. Don't wait. Do I have any information on unemployment? Oh, all right. So the only information I have on unemployment, because it's state by state, and I'm in Georgia, so I'm not sure where you guys, I know you guys are probably everywhere, but I know at this time, like if you're self-employed or a contractor in Georgia, they still haven't opened the portal for you to apply. They say they're working on it. Can you apply for unemployment and for the loans? So I've gotten conflicting information on that. I was told initially that you cannot apply for unemployment under being a contractor and then also apply for these EIDL loans and stuff and grants under the same, because they say that that's double dipping. But when I spoke with the CPA yesterday, they told me that you should be able to. But I will say the information I initially got was that you couldn't. But the CPA as of yesterday was like, you should be able to because they're used for different things. No, the company just had to have been in business before February 15th, 2020. So you don't have to be a whole year in. And if you're seasonal, if your company is seasonal, you can still apply. All right, you guys. Well, I'm going to wait like one more minute to see if you guys have any other questions. If not, then I will see you guys tomorrow with some more information. Hopefully some stuff is updated. It's tomorrow, Wednesday. Hopefully someone has a deposit. Sorry. I have to take this. Sorry, guys. 1 second, please. Thank you guys so much. I will see y'all tomorrow, and I'll go ahead and go live tomorrow so that I can answer questions too. And give you guys whatever information we get between tonight and tomorrow. Again, my email wrap-up link will be below in the description box. So if you want the links to all of these programs, then just put your email in there and we'll email them to you. Like I said, just apply, you guys. Worst that can happen is they say no. All right, good luck. Y'all have a great day.